सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परम ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम सच्चिदानंदरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। ओम जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्च अर्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुकब्रह्मर्षे सूतमहामुने शौनकादि ऋषिभ्यो अत्र्यादि ऋषिभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो नमः। आदित्यादि नवग्रहदेवताभ्यो नमः। मातापितृदेवताभ्यो नमः। ओम श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादशस्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ षड्विंशोऽध्यायः। ऐल उपाख्यानं। श्रीभगवानुवाच मल्लक्षणमिमं कायं लब्ध्वा मद्धर्म आस्थितः आनन्दं परमात्मानम् आत्मस्थं समुपैति मां गुणमय्या जीवयोन्या विमुक्तो ज्ञाननिष्ठया गुणेषु मायामात्रेषु दृश्यमानेष्वस्तुतः वर्तमानोऽपि न पुमान् युज्यते अवस्तुभिर्गुणैः। संगं न कुर्यादसतां शिष्णोदरतृपां क्वचित् तस्यानुगस्तमस्यन्धे पतत्यन्धानुगान्धवत्। ऐलः सम्राडिमां गाथाम् अगायत बृहत्श्रवाः ऊर्वशी विरहान् मुह्यन् निर्विण्णः शोकसंयमे त्यक्त्वात्मानं व्रजन्तीं तां नग्न उन्मत्तवन्नृपः विलपन्नन्वगात् जाये घोरे तिष्ठेति विक्लवः कामान् अतृप्तोऽनुजुषन् क्षुल्लकान् वर्षयामिनीः न वेदयान्तिर्नायान्तीः ऊर्वश्याकृष्टचेतनः। ऐल उवाच अहो मे मोहविस्तारः कामकश्मलचेतसः देव्या गृहीतकण्ठस्य न आयो खण्डा इमे स्मृताः नाहं वेदाभिनिर्मुक्तः सूर्यो वाभ्युदितो मुया मुषितो वर्षपूगानां बताहानि गतान्युत। अहो मे आत्मसम्मोहः येनात्मा योषिता मुकृतः क्रीडा मृगश्चक्रवर्ती नरदेवशिखामणिः सपरिच्छदमात्मानं हित्वा तृणमिवेश्वरं यान्तीं स्त्रियं चान्वगमं नग्न उन्मत्तवत् रुदन् कुतस्तस्यानुभावः स्यात् तेज ईशत्वमेव वा योऽन्वगच्छं स्त्रियं यान्तीं खरवत्पादताडितः किं विद्यया किं तपसा किं त्यागेन श्रुतेन वा किं विविक्तेन मौनेन स्त्रीभिर्यस्य मनोहृतं स्वार्थस्याकोविदं धिङ्मां मूर्खं पण्डितमानिनं योऽहमीश्वरदां प्राप्य स्त्रीभिर्गोखरवज्जितः सेवतो वर्षपूगान्मे ऊर्वश्या अधरासवं न तृप्यति आत्मभूकामः वह्निराहुतिभिर्यथा पुंशल्यापहृतं चित्तं कोन्वन्यो मोचितुं प्रभुः आत्मा रामेश्वरम् अरुते भगवन्तम् अधोक्षजं बोधितस्यापि देव्या मे सूक्तवाक्येन दुर्मतेः मनोगतो महामोहः नाभयत्यजितात्मनः किमेतया नोपकृतं रज्ज्वा वा सर्पचेतसः रज्जुः स्वरूपा विदुषः योऽहं यत् अजितेन्द्रियः कायं मलीमसः कायः दौर्गन्ध्याध्यात्मको अशुचिः क्वगुणाः सौमनस्याद्याः यध्यासो विद्यया कृतः पित्रोः किं स्वनुभार्यायाः स्वामिनोऽग्नेः स्वगृध्रयोः किमात्मनः किं सुहृदाम इति यो नावसीयते तस्मिन् कळेबरे मेध्ये तुच्छनिष्ठे विसज्जते अहो सुभद्रं सुमनसं सुस्मितं च मुखं स्त्रियाः त्वं मां सरुधिरस्नायु मेधो मज्जास्थिसंहतौ विन्मूत्रपूये रमताम कृमीणां कियदन्तरम् अथापि नोपसज्जेत स्त्रीषु स्त्रैणेषु चार्थवित् विषयेन्द्रियसंयोगात् मनः क्षुभ्यति नान्यथा अदृष्टात् अश्रुतात् भावात् न भाव उपजायते असंप्रयुञ्जतः प्राणान् शाम्यति स्थिमितं मनः तस्मात् संगो न कर्तव्यः स्त्रीषु स्त्रैणेषु चेन्द्रियैः विदुषां चाप्यविस्रब्धः षड्वर्गः किमु मादृशां श्रीभगवानुवाच एवं प्रगायन् नृपदेवदेवः सूर्वशीलोकमथो विहाय आत्मानमात्मन्यवगम्य मां वै उपारमज्ञानविधूतमोहः ततो दुःसङ्गमुत्सृज्य सत्सु सज्जेत बुद्धिमान् सन्त एतस्य सिन्दन्ति मनोव्यासङ्गमुक्तिभिः सन्तो नपेक्षामच्चित्ताः प्रशान्ताः समदर्शिनः निर्ममा निरहङ्काराः निर्द्वन्द्वा निष्परिग्रहाः तेषु नित्यं महाभागेषु मत्कथाः सम्भवन्ति हितान् नॄणां जुषतां प्रपुरन्त्यघं ता ये शृण्वन्ति गायन्ते ह्यनुमोदन्ति चादृताः मत्पराः श्रद्धानाश्च भक्तिं विन्दन्ति ते मयि भक्तिं लब्धवतः साधोः किमन्यदवशिष्यते मयि अनन्तगुणे ब्रह्मणि आनन्दानुभवात्मने यतोपश्रयमाणस्य भगवन्तं विभावसुं शीतं भयं तमोऽप्येति साधून् संसेवतस्तथा निमज्जोन्मज्जतां घोरे भवाब्धौ परमायनं सन्तो ब्रह्मविदः शान्ताः नौर्दृढेवाप्सु मज्जताम् अन्नं हि प्राणिनां प्राणः आर्तानां शरणं त्वहं धर्मो वित्तं नृणां प्रेत्य सन्तोर्वाग्बिभ्यतोरणं सन्तो दिशन्ति चक्षुंषि बहिरर्कः समुत्थितः देवता बान्धवाः सन्तः सन्त आत्माहमेव च नैवैतसेनस्ततोऽप्येवम् ऊर्वश्यालोकनिस्पृहः मुक्तसङ्गो महीमेताम् आत्मा रामश्चचारः इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायाम् एकादशस्कन्धे षड्विंशोऽध्यायः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीभागवत शरणं मम श्रीसद्गुरुशरणं मम श्रीसूत शरणं मम श्रीसुक्षुकदेव शरणं मम श्रीव्यास शरणं मम श्रीनारद शरणं मम श्रीकुमार शरणं मम श्रीब्रह्मा शरणं मम श्रीविष्णु शरणं मम श्रीपरब्रह्म शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधव स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्त्ययं रसः अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामामुञ्जदगर्हिषिद ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणमेकादशस्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वान्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थिति अथ षड्विंशोऽध्यायः श्रीभगवानुवाच. These 8 minutes which we spend in invocatory prayers and also chanting of the chapter which is under discussion, I humbly request all of you to pay more attention, because though we are listening to the class afterwards for 1 hour, but all that becomes meaningful only when we are very attentively invoking the grace of Bhagavan in these 8-10 minutes through the invocatory shlokas and also Parayanam of the mantra or the chapter. So, in fact, if one tunes at that time, remaining period of the class, the satsang, definitely becomes very fruitful. Why? Because in that, having invoked the grace of all the Bhagavata Acharyas, Gurus, Munis, and having chanted the chapter, we are putting in front of them our request that, O Lord, this is the chapter whose shlokas we want to study and understand for our sadhana. So kindly bless us that the essential theme of that chapter or the shlokas or the class is not missed by us. We all gain that knowledge. Because knowledge is the only one which gives us mukti, and jnanam comes only when Bhagavad Krupa is there. For invoking Bhagavad Krupa and for receiving Bhagavad Krupa, after which alone jnana comes, the preparations are all these studies, etc. The study is only medium. Our coming together to sit and do the sum of the study discussion where somebody is a speaker, somebody is a listener, is only the medium. Through this medium, what works is Bhagavan's Krupa. And that Krupa of Bhagavan bestows us the knowledge at all levels of information, knowledge, conviction, commitment to do sadhana, even experience. Therefore, without Bhagavad Krupa, it is because of somebody is teaching us, somebody is releasing us, listening. Therefore, the transformation of knowledge is happening. Thinking like this is absolutely wrong. It is not correct. Because yonta pravishya mama vacham prasuptam sanjivayati. Prasuptam vacham sanjivayati is the one who awakens the sleeping speech. Then Anyansha Hasta Charana Shravana Tvagadin, all other limbs of Karmendriya, Jnanendriya, in general, throughout every moment of life, in particularly when we are here in this transaction of satsang. Whether it is a speaker here speaking through the mouth, backed by the knowledge in the intellect, whether they are the audience listening through ears and storing the knowledge, all that happens only by Bhagavad Krupa, only by Guru Parampara Krupa, only by Sadhu Santa Mahatma Krupa. In fact, that will be an important topic discussed in the end of this chapter. Having said this introduction, in continuation of yesterday we saw Bhagavan Krishna after teaching the entire Upadesha in only the two shlokas. First shloka was the revelation to us as to what is the best thing given to us, a reminder. Then in the second shloka, 3 lines. First line is the Bandhana Lakshanam, second line is the Sadhana Lakshanam, third line is the Siddha Purusha's Lakshanam he gave us. Then he started telling us where we have to start our sadhana. He first says, stop all the dussanga. So, sangam na kuryat asatam. And who are the asat purushas? Whose sangha we should never do? Everybody who is not having Bhagavan as the goal and Adhyatmika sadhana as a means. Other than that, anything anybody does, all of that are dussanga. Therefore, let us not do the sangha with them. And prominent among them are Shishna Udara Drupa. And in our yesterday, day before, 3 days analysis, so many thoughts we try to understand. Main thing was through the Shishna and Udara only. Remember, Deha Tadatmya becomes stronger. As strong is the Deha Tadatmya, so much will be Raga Desha Kama Krodha, because they're all based on these two only. As a result, all our actions will be Kama and Artha Purushartha based. This Artha Kama Purushartha based all the karma of ours, backed because of the Raga Dveshadi, because of the Deha Tadatmya, born out of Shishnodara Trupa Laksham, is the cause of the entire samsara for millions of lives. If at all anywhere the Aham Dehosmi becomes stronger, it is at the level of, at the time of Udara Trupti, at the level of, or the time of the Shishna Trupti. And again, a test for a person who has risen above Deha Tadatmya is only how much he has freed himself from Shishna Udara. And there is no percentage. Either it is 0 or it is 100. 30, 40, 50 नहीं होता है. 99% controlled Shishnodara, 1% not controlled. He is not controlled only. If controlled 100%, 100. If not, 0. This is even the test also. And therefore, even for sadhana also, the practice is how much we have transcended our tadatma with Shishnodara Trupa. And before we help ourselves to come out of this through our own disciplines, the first way of escaping, first way of protecting ourselves is those people who are Shishnodara Trupa accept, understand that they are asat, unke साथ संग नहीं करना. संगम न कुर्याद असताम जिष्णोदर trupam क्वचित. And as we say in life, some of the things have to be permanently added, like Shastra Satsangam, like the Guru Seva Upasana, like our Bhagavad Upasana, like everyday Japa Dhyana. They have to be added permanently for life every day. In the same way, there are some things permanently should be selected and deleted from the life. They are the Sangas. One of the things said here is Shishnodara Trupa. Pass, we will be freed. And these are all given for those persons who are studying 11th Skandha, whose theme is Mukti. Those who don't want Mukti, they just want to go through all these Shishnodara Trupa and other Trupti with other Indriyas. For that, they are ready to do any work, ready to be in anybody's company, ready to transgress any dharma and papa, punya, do all other and papa, even ready for all punishments in this world and naraka. For them, this is not the knowledge. Naturally, if this knowledge is not received or understood or accepted by anybody, they belong to that category. Therefore, both things, which category we belong, obviously, which is the thing we want, they go together. If we belong to the category of Adhyatmika sadhakas, then what we catch, accept by this sentence is truly we get out of asatsanga. If not, we are back. Okay. So this is what Bhagavan Sangam na kuryada sadam shishno trupam. If you do what will happen, tasyanugaha tamasyandhe patati. Tamasyandhe patati, andha andavat means the two things. One, if he is a wise person, yet if he has followed that blind person of Shishnodara Trupa, following him, he will also fall. So a good person, a noble person also gets destroyed is one meaning. Second is, if he is already fallen, he will continue to fall with the company of them, never rising above it. And by indicating or giving the example which is given again in the Upanishads, that the blind following blind, categorically, vehemently, strongly, unambiguously, doubtlessly, conspicuously, without any doubt, Bhagavan saying, all these people who are other than pursuers of spirituality, they are all andha. Now, this has to be clearly caught. भगवान जब कहते हैं अंधों के पीछे अंधा, मतलब भगवान डिस्क्लेयर कर रहे हैं कि दे आर ऑल ब्लाइंड. What way they are blind? Not by the eyes. Intellectually they are blind. What is the blindness? Not going where to go, going where not to go. Is it not? अंधा बंधा ऐसे ही तो करता है ना. So to go toward Paramatma, we are here as Jiva, entered into body. Instead of going that side, he is going only to that direction in which we keep more and more away from Paramatma. भगवान के तरफ जाने के बजाय भगवान से दूर जा रहा है, इसलिए ये अंधा बंधा है. In that, without saying, a hint is given, which will be explained after 20 slokas. That if you are wise follow wise. If you are blind, then also you follow the wise. See, the same type of shloka came around 20 days back, if you remember, in Vidura Niti also. By all means, don't follow the bad. धार्मिक लोगों को ही फॉलो करना. Four options were given that time in Vidura Niti, third chapter, in one of the shlokas. So unsaid, but to be implement, to be implied meaning is this: if I don't follow the blind person, whom should follow? Naturally, the person who has got the eyes, who can take us along. And those, therefore, who have Paramatma as the goal, they alone are the ones whose eyes are opened. They are not blind. Their vision is good. They will guide. Very careful about this. Now he takes up the story, because in such topics, when the stories are given, the knowledge becomes stronger. This freedom is not much there in Upanishads, though it is little there. Like in the Prashna Upanishad, in Kena Upanishad, little stories are there. But more elaborately, wonderfully, in the Purana Ityadi, it can be spoken. So he takes up the story of Samrat Ilaputra Aila. Another name is Pururava, not Puru. Pururava. Yayatis Putra Puru is different. This Ilaputra Pururava is different. Yayati Putra Puru story we saw in the earlier Ramayana Katha. The story was told that time. So how the Yati was given his youth age, he enjoyed, again gave back, he made him Raja and all. This is Pururava. So Aila Samrad Imam Gata Magayatha Bruhat Shravaha. Yesterday we saw everything exhaustively. When his problem, his solution was Uravashi Virahan Muhyan Nirvinnaha Shoka Samyame. In that, hundreds of thoughts we discussed day before yesterday in that before day also. One thought only we had today, not many. Whenever any tragedies, problems come to us, we will be in deep shoka. When that shoka comes, go through it, because nobody can share our dukkha. After coming out of that dukkha, because definitely dukkha will end. Why? Because nothing can be permanent other than Paramatma Anubhuti. When that dukkha gets quietened, immediately take up the entire topic into account as to what brought this dukkha, and see to it that it is analyzed unbiased way. And out of this analysis, if one comes out the outcome, that entire analysis was unbiased and true. And what should come out of that analysis? Nothing but vairagya, nirvinnaha. Thus, it is the grace of Paramatma to give us dukkha, followed by which we get vairagya. After that only we get jignasa and mumukshata. Then only we go to Guru and do satsanga, know the goal and means, and do sadhana and reach out. That is why the great quotations like Mahatmas, like Gurudev and all, in all adversities, there are the secret treasure of blessings that are hidden. What are the blessings hidden in adversities? Are this vairagya, if we are able to analyze the incident properly. And the sign of vairagya is not repeating that mistake or that type of mistakes again. Then what to do in the time? Do those things by which we are not available for our own mind to commit any mistakes. That's called satsanga. चलता ही रहना सत्संग के मारे में till Paramatma reached. Anybody says anything, anybody calls, any इंद्रिया मन बुद्धि tempts, एक ही आंसर देना, मैं परमात्मा के पास पहले जाकर उनसे मिलकर फिर आपके पास आऊंगा. This is how we have to escape the mind Maya world. So what is this thing here? Urvashi virahan muhyana nirvinnaha shoka samyame. Because we exhaustively explained yesterday, now I leave it to your discretion. We go further into the story. So what happened exactly? Ki tyaktva atmanam vrajantim tam. She just left him and going away. And we again saw this also yesterday. When did she come? How long she stays? When will she go? Uncertain everything. प्राण कब आते हैं और जीवन कब होता है या जन्म कब होता है, इसका भी हम बोल नहीं सकते. तो हाउ कैन टेल अबाउट विच पर्सन एंटर्स अवर लाइफ एंड हाउ लॉन्ग दे स्टे एंड गो. Person or objects or positions or powers or सुख और भोग और नेम और फेम, ये जब पुण्य बहुत करते हैं तो आते हैं, तो वो पुण्य खत्म होते ही जाते हैं. Whether you accept it or not, believe it or not, it is so. And punya can never be infinite, because the punya earned is through the karma and karmendriya and the vastus. All of them are time bound. Therefore, punya cannot be infinite. Therefore, punya phala of all the sukha bhoga cannot be infinite. When they are not infinite, they are finite. When they are finite, they end. When they end, we are back to square one. Unless we do punya again, we will not get any of those things again. Punya is not like a amount deposited in the bank that it recurs or the interest grows, etc. उसको बार बार करना ही पड़ता है. These are all punya फल. So whatever. So what happened to her? त्यक्त्वा आत्मानं व्रजन्तीम. आत्मानं means उनको, अपने आप को, मतलब पुरूरवा को, the Aila, the Samrat. She just left and going away. At that time he was nagna, and that incident made him so much surprised that he became unmatta. Because of unmattata, he forgot that he was in that nagna avastha. Then first thing happened is vilapan. He started making such a vilapa, shoka, dukkha. So the vilapa is the feeling of tragedy at the intellect level, the feeling of disappointment, dejection at the mind level, feeling of lost at the senses level, and non-aware about the body. This is the meaning of vilapan. Same thing happened to Arjuna. सीदंति मम गात्राणि मुखम च परिशुष्यति वेपतुश्च शरीरे में रोमहर्षश्च जायते गांडीवं स्रंसते हस्तात् त्वक्चैव परिदह्यते न च शक्नोमि अवस्थातुं भ्रमतीव च मे मनः निमित्तानि च पश्यामि विपरीतानि केशव न च श्रेयोनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे. These are the total symptoms in Arjuna's body, senses, mind, intellect. After being attacked by the emotional upsurge, seeing his own kith and kin in both direction sides of the army. Then result, Krupaya Vishtam Asrupurna Kulekshana Vishidantam. Before that, Yamuktu Arjuna Sankhe Rathopaste Upavishad Visuja Sashram Shapam Chapam Shoka Samnigna Manasaha. And everywhere, whoever have gone through that dukkha, they will be lost sight of. And why take anybody's example? In our life also happened many a times. When we are in the extreme dukkha, sadness, lost sight of. कभी कभी तो लोगों को जीना भी मुश्किल होता है, इसलिए वो जी नहीं सकते, ऐसे कुछ कर ही लेते. Either they commit suicide or kill someone or get addicted to the drugs, drinks, whatever. Everything which is not allowed is done. So he was almost like that. Vilapan. A samrat, a king, is doing vilapa. Then Vilapan, Anvagat. Anvagat, he went on going behind her. And she is not looking back, she is not staying back, she is not listening at all to him. She is decided to go. देखो, जब हमारे जीवन से खुशियाँ, सुख, प्रेम, ये सब जाने का होता है ना, वो जितना भी अब रोकने का, ठोकने की कोशिश करो, रुकेगा नहीं. Please accept this, the fact, then protect yourself. The highest wisdom in life is dukha or sukha, aane do, aahoga, jaane do, jana hai to. You attend to your spiritual sadhana. If you run behind sukha, you will become so miserable. Even if you run away from dukkha, it cannot be done. You can do nothing in this world. In our prarabdha, in Ishvara's power or krupa or shakti of Maya, हम कौन किसका कुछ नहीं है. हम, we are nothing. We are so tiny, insignificant, not even a what do you say, the drop of water, blade of grass, even a sand grain. हमारी औकात कुछ नहीं है. जिस दिन आप समझते हैं ना ये बात है, हम ना भगवान की कृपा होने लगी है. I can never avoid the dukkha, nor can gain the sukha. At this moment, we are a pawn in the hands of the Prakriti or Prarabdha or Maya or Paramatma. Accept it. You want reward. Only one thing we can do is go on gaining bhakti jnanam. That's the only protector. Other than that, kuch bhi karo, अरे होल वातावरण शाखा अनाउंसेस कि फ्लड आ रहा है, आने के अलावा और कुछ कर सकता है क्या? कुछ नहीं। अनदर अनाउंसमेंट दे कैन से कि आके तबाह मचा के चला गया. अदर देन दिस टू द वातावरण शाखा कैन नेवर डू एनीथिंग. IMD, Indian Meteorological Department. In the same way, you and I can do nothing when the dukkha's kashtas come. So he Vilapan Anvagat. Picturize the scene of him that she's going. These fellows running Nagna Unmatavat. ये पागल बनकर और नग्न अवस्था में जा रहा है. And what is the chillana he's doing? Shouting at her, Jaye Ghore Tishta. Jaye, I said to you, all the loving words. Ghore, all the cursing angry words. Tishta, demand, request. Now, this Tishta is like Uddhava asked Krishna, you either stay or you take me. Either of these two. He is also same. Tishta means, मैं भी आ रहा हूँ तेरे साथ या तू रह जा मेरे साथ. वो मेरे वो दिन गए हैं जहाँ तू और मैं साथ रह सकते थे. अब ना तेरा मैं ना मेरा तय, जाना ही पड़ेगा. पीछे जा रहा है, रुक रुक मैं ही आ रहा हूँ. मैं वो क्या रुकने वाली है. चलती जाएगी. या रुक मेरे साथ रह जा, रहेगी भी नहीं. जाये घोरे तिष्ठे इति विक्लवः. That viklavatva is the helplessness. You know what word can be used to explain that vaiklavyam? Total lacharapan, becharapan, viklava. Helpless. Oh, helpless. No, there are two places where this way we are helpless. One is this one, when you are so much attached to someone and they leave and go, the dukkha of helplessness is unbearable. जिनको बीता है वही जानते. Second one, the helplessness is when the life is lived full of all the papa and we die, when that Yamadutas come and put that noose on our neck and take us through all the boulders, stones, thorns, nails in that path, it is again helplessness. Badva gale Yamabata Bahu Vatsayanti Karshanti Yatra Patipasha Shatairmam Ekakinam Paravasham Chakitam Dayalo Lakshmi Nrsimha Mamadehi Karavalamam. That scene is so painful. They have no mercy. They are trained to be more terrorizing than the terrorists. That even they don't have even little iota of kindness. They cannot. Those Yamabhatas, when we do the papa, किस तरह से घसीट कर ले जाते. बीच में कंकर पत्थर कांच के टुकड़े. Because we did so many papa. This is nothing. It's only a trial. It's a training period. Having taken there, all these yatana dehas are given in each of the naraka. And it is not just like that. The list is shown. कि ये पाप तुमने किया, therefore these are the narakas for you. And every time it is asked, will you do it again? Will you? This fellow says, I will not, I will not. That's how, after all the naraka, he begs to the Lord, हो गया पाप का फल. Bhagwan, give me human life again. I'll do all punya, go to Swarga, or do sadhana and reach to you. But the unfortunate thing is what? Again, when the option is given, the body wala, human, when he comes here, again because dussanga, he gets bound by all this nonsense, again goes to Naraka. That is why this dussanga chodna is so important, satsanga pakadana. That's the only way. As quickly and deeply these two thoughts enter us, so lucky we are. That zero dussanga, 100% satsanga. That's it. And all the pains of giving up all the sukha, bhoga, which were there in dussanga, will not last longer. Because the Amrita Swarupa Bhagavan, we are approaching through our sadhana, only after few times, some time only, that joy, the confidence, the self-respect, all of them will come. That will start giving us that inspiration that I have chosen a right path. like these 2 years, how difficult it was for us to have daily so many classes. That was difficult, painful, headache for those, especially those who are coming regularly out of obligation, not out of jignasa to know. Jignasa to know will be like me only because I am also with that zeal, in spite of all the difficulties. Now, are we not congratulating ourselves? Both, whether they continued out of obligation, compulsion, or choice. We went through a tough period. Not an easy thing to sit for 6, 7 hours per day. But what a comfort, what a solace, what a self respect, what a confidence which cannot be given by anybody in the world, that I can study Shastra, I can listen Shastra, I can understand Shastra, I can think about it, I can rethink about it, I can reset the goal of my life, I can restart my journey for my evolution. सत्संग की महिमा देखो, और खत्म नहीं हुआ, परमात्मा मिलने तक लगातार लगे रहो, लगे रहो, लगे रहो। नहीं लगे रहे और कहीं लगना पड़ता है, गयो। Mind cannot be without sangha. If you don't give it satsanga, it will go for any animal, kutta, billi. It cannot be without eating something. If you don't give good food, it will go to kachra kundi and wo kha ke aayega. Like children, if you don't give good education right from beginning, good habits, they go to school, college, and there are hundreds of children to destroy them. They get all those habits. Jaye ghore tishta iti viklavaha. That viklavatva. Is it not? Now, after listening to this story, it's only beginning, though lot of things we have to discuss. किसी बंदे कोई भी इतना भी अकल है, शर्म है, he should not let him to fall to that level of running behind somebody, nagna, unmatta, begging, requesting like जाये तिष्ठे गोरा, गोरे तिष्ठा. शर्म आना चाहिए. Now imagine that means how much he was infatuated to her, attached to her. If this is an say, this is a way. Clear? Now there's some very intricate, deeper thoughts which are left for you to understand. You are wise enough to know that I will not tell. But the essence of all of that is only one thing I tell: get vairagya and get into spiritual path. This is the final, healthiest arrival of conclusion. All other questions, discussions, answers, they'll be contradictory, they're conflicting, they're confusing, they are non-authentic or even authentic but non-acceptable. इस ऐसे वाले प्रसंगों में, you can ask a question, that means what should be like Urvashi or what? And that she also stayed with him, but now ruthlessly she is going away. Should we be like that? No, I can't answer yes karke. And I can't say no also, because otherwise you'll suffer like Pururava. Therefore, all the question answers are left to your discretion. But final thing is told is only in Satsanga there is mukti. Now, after saying these two, Lord Shloka is less Kamana Trupto Nujushan Chullakan Varshayaminihi Navedayanti Nayanti Urvashya Krushta Chetana. Now, a question: how come he entered into such a deep level of attachment to her that he thinks he cannot live without her, and he is running behind her, not able to miss her even for a moment, even he was nagna? What made him to fall into that lowest level? And the first answer is we say, second thing is we study the shloka. The first answer is pramada, inadvertence. And what is the expression of that pramada? This is said in the shloka. What was that fellow doing, the king, because of which all this happened? So word by word meaning, sentence meaning, total thought. Word by word meaning is kaman anujushan. Kaman means enjoying all the bhoga, sukha. Jushan means reveling in them, and Jusha means all like that of meaning. But the understanding is Jushan means indulging in them. Anu means you have already understood the meaning of Anu means again and again, again and again, again and again. So Kaman desires, Anujushan enjoying continuously. atruptaha, never contented. Now, this was discussed by us in so many classes, so many times. Yet, one word, one sentence explanation is Trupti will not come. We have to become Trupta. आया बात समझ में? अपने आप दिमाग नहीं लगाने से तृप्ति नहीं होता. दिमाग लगाकर तृप्ति को हमें करना पड़ता है अपने आप. We have to feel contented. Contentment won't happen in the world, especially in these indulgences. Why? Because the desires are multiplied again and again, objects are in front of us tempting again and again, senses got that virulent habit again and again, therefore there can never be trupta. What a meaning of no trupti? और बार और एक बार और एक बार और एक बार थोड़ा और थोड़ा और थोड़ा और थोड़ा. This is the meaning of absence of contentment. A positive example I am giving for a negative thought, that a great singer is singing beautifully the devotional songs. 2 घंटा 3 घंटा फिर भी तृप्ति नहीं होती है श्रोताओं को. वो लोग वो बड़े बड़े उर्दू वाले उसमें कहते हैं और एक बार वाला कुछ शब्द, some word they use it, repeat it once more in English, one more or once more. There are some singers sang same song 3-4 times to entertain the people, because the lyrics or music are josh in that. Positive example, devotional songs. कुछ लोग तो वही गायक को वही गाना दोबारा सुनने को बुला लेते हैं, because no trupti there. Positive example for the negative things of the senses. So kaman atruptaha anujushan means kaman anujushan atruptaha. Trupti will never come. We have to say trupta to it. And especially the Shishna Udara. What these two do you know? At the time of indulgence, while enjoying all that, a little of thought that I want this again, or I want to repeat it, or I want little more. That's very subtle, poisonous seed is sent into the Vasanamaya kosha. That in its own time fructifies and again desires for it. अब 2-3 बातें देखो. जब स्पिरिचुअल एक्सपोजर नहीं है, पॉइंट 1. फिर हमको डिसिप्लिन करने वाले बड़े लोग नहीं हैं. तीसरी बात, खुद को अकल नहीं है. Fourth one, when everything is freely available, then we can never protect ourselves from this indulgence in the kamana. No spirituality, no elders to stop us, no self-knowledge to stop ourselves, and also full freedom is given. Added to that, if the company of these dushta people are there, अब उसका और क्या बताए? Those people who do the, what do you call it as, encouragement of these things, that person is totally gone. Believe or not, you like it or not, in today's world, most of the jivas, beings, human beings are in this way only. No spirituality, no elders to guide them. Not their own intellect has any maturity. And things are freely available, and the stupid company. Dekho, and you will not agree to me, but I enforce it on you, I'll order it to you. I will compel you to agree that by pulling you to classes Subha, Dopahar, Sham 6 times, how much Bhagwan Guru is protecting you from yourself and the world, you can never imagine. And I can imagine for myself. I can understand how much Bhagwan protecting us from myself and from the world by pulling us into these classes, of which so many thousand millions people have no opportunity at all. They don't have accessibility. A million those who don't have internet, don't have internet only, don't have cell phones, don't have accessibilities, have lot of other problems, other obligations, other duties, other compulsions, other responsibilities, non-willingnesses, obligations, emotions, answerabilities. There are thousands and thousands of sadhakas. They are denied of this because of some reason. कि हम सिर्फ हमारे गुरु का सत्संग सुनेंगे और किसी का नहीं सुनते. That is enough for denying this, though they are spiritual seekers. Then what to talk about those non-spiritual? Among those, if we are given this chance and we are using both, given by the God, made used by the again God's grace only. उनकी कृपा नहीं होते कितनी हिम्मत होगी बैठने की, नहीं तो 2 मिनट में कमर दर्द हो जाएगा, भाग जाओगे अब सोने के लिए. I too believe it strongly. It's experienced me every day. Every day, Prarabdha brings such an amount of physical pain, mental heaviness, intellectual tiredness. But again, it is His grace only again pushes into the class. And there is a joy, there is a fulfillment. Now, while studying the story, the purpose of studying story is only to apply it to ourselves, no? Therefore, we are saying how lucky we are, how fortunate we are. देखो हमको भगवान कितना दुख दे रहे हैं, ये हमको दिखता है बिकॉज यू एक्सपीरियंस दुख. हाउ मच ग्रेस ही इज गिविंग थ्रू दैट दुख ओनली वी कैन नेवर अंडरस्टैंड. एंड हिज ग्रेस इन दिस टाइप ऑफ थिंग, सो हम एक्नॉलेज भी नहीं करते उनको. मैं तो कहता हूँ सिर्फ उन्हीं की कृपा, और बरसाते रहो भगवान, बरसों बरसों बरसाते रहो ये वाला कृपा कि हम न रुके न थके, करते ही जाए हमारा आपका गुणगानो सत्संग. सो ऑल दैट इज व्हाट कामान अतृप्त अनुजुषन. Clear? And the whole thought is what? The kamana will never have trupti. We only have to have trupti. And which of the kamanas? Kshullakan. Kshulla means chillar vale. Why these kamana are called kshulla? Because they are to be reveled in by animals only, not the dignity of human being. Dignity of human being is only two: emotional devotion, intellectual inquiry. At the level of senses and body and intelligence, it is a right and duty of animals. If we are doing that, then we are kshullaka. The Vyakti is kshullaka, his desire is kshullaka, the indulgence is kshullaka, and the object in which it is indulgent also is kshullaka. Why kshullakan? Such a jada, nashvara, mohamaya, mayamaya, they are all, you are going for them. Kshullaka, another meaning is transitory, temporary. That is absolutely, that any eatable, when you put in the tongue, 2 seconds only it's ananda. More than that you can't. You again repeat it. Any sukha bhoga है क्षुल्लक का, बिकॉज बहुत कम टाइम होता है वो, हमको बार बार लगा. दैट्स माया, The Maya is what? It makes us run for that indulgence so much. In 2 minutes, 3 minutes of enjoyment, that is over. Again, we want it again and again. Very terrible. If this thought you understand, it is really helpful. So much excitement we go for that bhoga. For 2 minutes, all that, everything again gone. Again, we desire for it. एक थोड़ा आइसक्रीम मुंह में डाला, खत्म हो गया, फिर से खाने को. Same ice cream which in the tongue won't give happiness again and again. It's gone. You have to spit it out or gulp inside. Again desire for one more because available. More and more because lot of money is there. The Kshullakatva means one, it is transitory. Kshullakatva is where is made of Maya, Mithya, Moha. Third is it just enslaves us. For it is the right of animals and animalistic people, not those who feel the dignity of being human. Therefore, Kshullaka. Like Krishna says, Hrudaya Darvalyam Tyaktva. What is that? Kshudram. What he talked to Arjuna, that your Hrudaya Durbalata is Kshudra, is what said by Krishna here about this Raja that is involved in Kshullakama. Their Durbalata is Kshudra. Kshudra means children, not expected out of you. You are a daring hero. So many wars, everybody afraid of you. कितना जीता तुमने? क्षुद्र है तो तुम्हारे लिए, या क्षुल्ल है, सेम मीनिंग. क्षुद्र क्षुल्ल का एक ही मीनिंग. चिल्लर इन हिंदी चिल्लर बोलते हैं ना, कुछ लोगों को समझ में आते हैं, कुछ जगह पे ये शब्द मुंबई इत्यादि में दीज वर्ड्स आर यूज्ड, है ना. बोलो चिल्लर लोगों से क्या मिलते हो तुम. सो क्षुल्ल का So kamana trupto nujushan kshullakan. I'm explaining one by one word. Then next one, how many days? Varsha yamini hi naveda. Varsha means years, yamini means nights. The nights and years, like it is happening to us also. Days and nights and years, or months and years, we are not aware, at least me from last 2.5 years, कैसे भाग रहे हैं. And every day when I do in the evening आरती after Ramayana, अरे और एक दिन हो गया, और एक दिन हो गया. When 2022 came, we don't know. Jan, Feb, March, April, May हो गया, जून के 19 तारीख हो गए, 18. देखो, this is the right way of spending time where we are not aware of days and nights and months and years, but we are continuously in touch with Shastra and through them the God, Paramatma. He also was in reveling in, indulging in that Chulla Kamanas without Trupti. He was never aware of the Yamanis, how the days and nights were passing, Varsha, the years. वर्षयामिनी नवेदा यान्ति ही न आयांति ही कब आ रहे हैं आयांति यान्ति ही कब जा रहे हैं. He was not at all aware. Now the most important is the last word. How all this has happened. He was not aware of days passing, nights passing, months passing, years passing, indulging in the Kshulla Kamanas without Trupti. What was the main thing? The last word is important. Urvashya akrushta chetas naha. Is it not? Urvashya akrushta chetan naha. The two words, chetasaha, chetan naha. Chetasaha is chitta. Chetanaha is entire life. Because Chaitanya means Jivanam, no? So his chitta was so much involved in Urvashi that his life also was fully indulged in that. उनका चेतना means awareness only was looted by the Urvashi. Means he was aware of nothing in the world, only she. It starts with Chetas first, thereafter it becomes Chetana. Means if he is aware of her, if not, he is in sleep. And there are some people, when they are aware, whole day the TV, cell phone, tired, they sleep. This happens in some places where they sit for playing the tash patta. Do you know that they get up after 12 or 10 hours for bathroom? Then the food, everything are supplied to there only. Summer or heat or current gaya आया कहीं जाना आना को आ रहे जा रहे. They don't even are aware of it. You remember it? 2 days, 3 days, their chetana is totally akrusha. Akrusha means zabardasti खींच के जाना by that play of the thing. Just like your children during summers holidays. सुबह गया वो खेलने, दोपहर आए खा के, फिर जाएगा, फिर शाम को आएगा, फिर से छुट्टियां खत्म ही होते उसके पता ही नहीं होता. I'm giving various examples. So to a poet, a bhakta, these are all positive examples. A scientist, all the scientists in DRDOs, in all our investigating our scientific research departments, those scientists, they join at the age of 29, 30, 32, 33 because PhD करने में उतना time लगता है. Then will their dadi grows and they become 65, 60, they don't know. And they are given because the research and promotions start with scientist A, then scientist B, C, D, E, F, G, H तक जाते हैं. The grades of scientists. This is how they are given promotions. You can see all that in the departments. They are given, but they are not aware. Their mind is only in that. They're so mechanical in their life, so much into that. They come home evening, talk to wife. They don't know that when the children have grown to become the graduate or postgraduate, wife is taking care, but he is busy in that. क्योंकि साइंटिफिक इन्वेस्टिगेशन के द्वारा आकृष्ट चेतना. The whole life is for that only. Those great people, we have to do namaskar to them. They are the modern rishis who are discovering solutions for human problems. Of course, at the body level. I am giving all positive examples also. So to a person, who want to help the poor people or remove the suffering, so many hundreds, thousands in our India, from time immemorial we see, even now. उनको देखकर हमको तो ना शर्म आता है कि वी ऑन द नेम ऑफ स्टडिंग शास्त्र डूइंग नॉट इवन लिटिल ऑफ सोशल सर्विस और एनी एराडिकेशन ऑफ पेन ऑफ द पीपल, वो लोग गली गली घर घर भटकते हुए दे कलेक्ट द मनी एंड दे गिव द फूड पुअर पीपल द फूड, सम आर गिविंग क्लोथ, सम आर गिविंग सम शेल्टर, दे आर बेंट अपॉन आई वांट टू रिमूव दुख ऑफ दिस पीपल करके कितने लोग कर रहे हैं. There are so many NGOs. Not all are corrupt or selfish or रईस ज्यादा के हैं नाम के वास्ते. ऐसे तो है ही 90%, but there 10% are there who are all the time mind away. Oh, how to gain the resources and how to help them. आकृष्ट चेतना, थोड़ा अभी people have become little educated and rich, but we go back 30-40 years only. Post independence के बाद up to 30-40 years in all villages कुछ भी नहीं होता था, बट कोई ग्राम वॉलंटियर या कोई शहर से जाकर उनको एजुकेट करने वाले, हाइजीन के लिए बताने वाले, उनको कुछ सपोर्ट करने वाले, कुछ क्या कहते हैं, टू गेट द नौकरी, उनको कुछ सिखाना वगैरह, नाम के वास्ते नहीं, फोटो खींचवा के और न्यूज़पेपर में देने के लिए नहीं, दैनिक जागरण में. I'm talking about the real genuine people. Their चेतना is आकृष्ट. भैया भगवान इस रूप में आते हैं इसलिए जीवों को राहत हो रहा है. There can be in any disguise. There need not be any particular profession. There can be politicians also. There are so many politicians who have done enormous amount of work. वो आते नहीं नजर में, पेपरों में, इसमें विद्या आते. Social workers, doctors, the home making ladies also ग्रुप बना के और बेचारे लाचार महिलाओं को हेल्प करने वाले. I am telling all examples to explain how many ways the human beings can be caught up in their chetana, positive or negative. His chetana was akrushta by Urvashi. Like the drug addict, the drink addict. उनका भी होश, चेतन मतलब होश. आकृष्ट चेतना मीन्स बेहोश, मतलब उसी के लिए होश है, बाकी के लिए होश नहीं. Now, how to explain this word? We tried our best. In his conscious being, other than the tasveer of that Urvashi, everything else is wiped off. Now, for this to understand, now I can give you only an idea, but don't do it. All the 1965 to 85, all दर्द भरे नगमे तुम सुनो, आप सुनो, पता चलता है इसका अर्थ क्या है. Thousands and thousands of songs in all our country, in all languages at that period. They were of same type. कि इधर से उधर translate ही करते थे. How many is आकृष्ट चेतना? This is what. Now, the story part is in our life also. What is more important is become first conscious of consciousness and become aware of what this consciousness is becoming conscious of. You can't let loose our conscious being in us. Otherwise, no difference between a drug addict and we. He is addicted to the objects. We are addicted to the thoughts. Those thoughts are taking us wherever they want. Nonsense. Just like the drug addict is taken by that addiction to the place where the drug is available. In the same way, we are addicted to the thoughts. They take us wherever they want. How can you allow it to be addicted? Can't we be aware of it? हमारे चेतना को हम कैसे किसी के द्वारा आकर्षित कर कर छोड़ सकते हैं, बताओ. This is the highest thought, which I will not explain today in very detail, but only give you an idea. Ki if I am aware of my moods and thoughts, and if I know that they are wrong, and if I am able to curtail, control them, what can destroy me, batao, in this world? And if I am not aware of my thoughts, and they are of only non-positive, and I am just running behind them like slave, what can the God or even gurus do? सारे देवता रूप गुरु लोग आकर भी हमें बचा नहीं सकते अगर हम इस तरह से धस गए, फंस गए तो. And we are always in that mood of life wherein so many upasanas, so many powerful, so much powerful, coming on the surface of mind as desires and all, they push us through senses body into the activities and indulgences. And our Chetana is Akrushta, therefore only to the samsara. The difference between the Pururava and us is what? Pururava's Chetana was fully Akrushta by one Urvashi. Our Chaitanya is Akrusha by every object of the world. He is better, only one Uru. We have five Uru with all the five sense organs. We are worse than him. We have to understand it like that. In one of the Bhagavatam, it was told, no? The person who is slave to five Indriyas, his life is like that of a man who has got five wives who pull him to each of their direction and make him tukde tukde. ये आया था भागवत in one of the chapters. Is it not? That happened to the Dundukari also. They have put in his mouth all the jalte हुए कोयले and मार दिए उनको गले दबाकर. All those women Vaishya and all. That's why he got the Pishacha Yoni. I'm talking about Bhagavat Mahapurana Mahatma Katha. Urvashya Krushta Chetana. This Pururava Ayantihi Varshayaminin Naveda Atruptaha Shullakan Kaman Anujushan. This is what was his life. Days and nights he was not aware by being pulled by this Urvashi and indulging in the Kshulla Kamanaha. Same is for us also. We are in Shabda or Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa or Gandha or the mental attachment to the people. Only this thing is going on, Baba. और क्या कर रहे हैं हम? We are not remembering God. We are not understanding our personality, understanding. Have you ever studied what are Panchakoshas? What are their Mithyatva? What are their Mayatva? How they are binding us? How to go beyond Panchakosha and discover Paramatma? कहाँ पढ़ रहे हैं हम? क्यों नहीं पढ़ रहे? इसमें फंस गए और दिन तो गुजर ही जा रहे. In fact, even though Krishna is telling Uddhava the story of Pururava, it is a story of Pururava in every one of us. Because he was loyal and single-pointed to Urvashi, that he ran behind her. He is better. We have so many options of Urvashi. Therefore, if one goes away, we are going behind other. The objects, what I mean to say. In both of them, in the case of them and us, the common thing is our days and nights are passing away in Kshulla Kama without any Trupti. He poured all his love to one Urvashi, therefore when she was going away, he was so much dukhi at one go. We pour our all liking to so many things and we become every time miserable when each thing is going away from us. But we have an asha to be happy with the other thing. So we go there. That also goes away. Again miserable. हमारे दुख इंस्टॉलमेंट में है, रिटेल में, उनका होलसेल में है. Now, these are all not seen there when you read the shlokas. When you contemplate, you will come to know. Now, this is the version given by Krishna about this is Pururava to Uddhava. Now, what Pururava himself sang the song of Nirveda after Shoka Shamana, before which the Dukkha Gana. इसमें दुख गान है, उसके बाद वैराग्य गान है, विवेक ज्ञान, फिर वैराग्य गान, then ज्ञान गान. 4 ganas. The Dukkha Gana, the Dukkha misery, song of misery. Then the Viveka Gana, the song of discrimination. The Vairagya Gana, the song of dispassion. Then the Jnana Gana, the song of wisdom. After that Vairagya. In this chapter. Then first few shlokas are exactly what Bhagavan Krishna said. So we'll see little bit. Atha Aila Uvacha Ila Putra Pururava said. कि अहो में मोह विस्तार है. थोड़ा दुख कम हो रहा है, दिमाग काम करना शुरू कर रहा है. कामकश्मल चेतसः देव्या गृहीत कंठस्य न आयुः खंडा इमे स्मृताः. Aho, Aho bata mahat papam, Gita first chapter. Arjuna says that only. And Aho, we have seen in another text also today morning towards concluding the Vedanta Dindima. Aho, even now is available of Vedanta Bheri Jankaraha. Let us listen to that by the grace of Dakshinamurti. What a beautiful shloka it was. Those two slokas last one. Here also, oh, yo, me moha vistaraha. See the Vistruti of my confusion or delusion. In the Vistruti, it is spreading time-wise also, it is spreading the place-wise, is spreading very deeply also. That is called a Vistruti. See my moha vistaraha. And what is me? Kama kashmala cheta saha. Here cheta saha. Because he started thinking, therefore from Chetanaha, he came to Chetasaha level. Their whole Chetana was pulled away. Now Chetana became aware. He became aware, that means came to the Chetana level. Now with that awareness, he is finding with himself the mistakes that are happening at the Chetasaha level. See my spreading of the moha. For how long I was in delusion. And who are you? Kama Kashmala Chetasaha. The one whose chitta was kasava mal. Same thing Krishna uses for Arjuna. Second word of Gita. Kutaha tva kashmalamidam vishame samupastitam. Anarya jushtavasvargyam akirtikaram Arjuna. Here also kashmala chetasa. Cheta means here chitta. My entire chitta, all the four, mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara, all of them are kashmala. Now that kashmala word, I am giving 10 seconds for you to feel, is that where all the dirt and filth, everything is filled that. The dumping yards, you know that in every state or every big cities, they're 30, 40 kilometers away from the city, the dumping yards are there. That from that city, all the dirt, filth, everything is put there. That's called Kashmala. And what is that thing which make the Chetas Kashmala here? Kama. मेरा चित्त जो काम के द्वारा कारण पूरा मल से भर गया है. See such mine moha vistara. Aho me moha vistara kama kashmala chetasaha. And what is happening? Devya, Devi, she is a Devi for him. Gruhita kantasya, she held him by neck only. Gruhita kantasya. Gruhita kantaha, you can talk in the passionate manner also. That she embraced him so lovingly. Gruhita kantasya. Na ayukanda ime smrutaha. That I was not aware of the ayukhandas. Khanda means parts of the ayu means lifespan. The lifespans khandas are the years and months or days. I am not even becoming aware of days and years that they are just passing away, that I am caught by the neck of me by this Devi Urvashi, that I was in this Kama Kashmala Chetaha. See my Moha Vistara. See my means he is seeing for himself. Aho me Moha Vistara Kama Kashmala Chetaha Devya Gurita Kantasya na Ayu Kanda ime Smrutaha. Now this is same for us also. Everyone, those who have not become discriminant and started using at least few hours of time for satsanga, the entire Monday something is catching their throat. For him, only Urvashi is catching. For all of us, Urvashi also is there. Here, when it is talked about a woman for the man, please, I have not said it 2-3 days, I have forgotten. It is the other way around also, the man for the woman. गला पकड़ते एक दूसरे का प्यार से फाइनली गला दबाते. From the highest spiritual standpoint of mukti, this is the only way we have to understand. If any lenience given, then we enjoy the worldliness, but we miss Paramatma. And the dukkha will be like that, because nobody can hold on to your neck for all the time. They will leave one day and go. Are you understanding? Are you feeling? For oneself. Our own lives examples are different. Each one's life experience different. But the common thing is this: ki days and months and years are passing away without awareness. Without our awareness, we are in a this way caught up by something or the other by our neck, and the cause of all of that is our chitta is filled with the kashmala of the kama. And why all that? Moha vistaraha. What is the moha here? Not pausing and not rethinking about ourselves, about what for we came, what we have to achieve, what to do. ये सब नहीं सोचने को मोह बोलते हैं. सोचना ही नहीं कभी, उसको मोह विस्तार कहते हैं. And one thought I will share today. For a highly evolved person is always in jnana. Therefore, no ajnana touches him. A totally intelligent person, totally moha, he will not even think about anything. You and I are the ones who fluctuate. कभी ज्ञान काम में आता है, then we say यार I am a seeker, I am studying shastra, I have to do my japa dhyana for some time. Again after some time, again we put off all that, again go back to our TV, cell phone, bhojanam, or the friends and anything non spiritual, other word. Again वहाँ some time के बाद again we feel अरे what I am doing. So ours is like a fluctuating electricity. एक ज़माने में ना वो सारे वो नहीं होते थे ज़्यादातर. The balancing things to balance the voltage. हाई वोल्टेज से इतने बार बल्ब जल जाते थे हमारे घरों में. इसलिए ज़्यादातर बंद ही रखते थे. तो ours is high voltage, low voltage. Fluctuation. Suddenly we feel spiritual 2 days. Suddenly again we go into the world. आगे बार से इधर से उधर. This is how in the middle stage people it happens. We are all like that. Among in this, little by little, when we start giving more importance to Paramatma, in the mind first, with शुभेच्छा भगवान का दर्शन करनी है. जैसे आप कहते मंदिर जानी है, मंदिर, that's a beautiful thought, takes you one day to मंदिर. So too, instead of that gross way saying that outer मंदिर जानी है, मुझे inside the Lord I have to have experience of the darshan. This way, darshan दो घनश्याम नाथ मोरे, अंदर वाला, not बाहर. Then that little by little addition, only sankalpa, only desire, only little prayer, little feeling, little comparing with others who are higher than us in sadhana, and feeling, not jealous, but some inspiration. Let me also do this. This much also may be add, then this side the palda starts becoming bhari. Sign of that is what? More of our time, more of our mind in Bhagavan, less in the world. This is a sign that we are slowly going toward the positive. It won't happen overnight, it will not happen accidentally, it will never happen if we don't do. And whatever we are spiritual now, we know in this life we have not done. And all we did in the last life consciously, from there only we starting this life. Here, this life also, doing because of destiny is some. But by choice, when we do, this adds to our positive prarabdha in the next life, right from beginning or as early as possible, we become more seriously spiritual. Like if I take my example, if in this life I am doing 4 5 classes, means what? In the earlier life, I have traveled to some distance and stopped in this pursuit. Maybe एक क्लास करता था, एक टेक्स्ट करता था, या इच्छा था सत्संग करने का, वो वाला इस जन्म में आगे बढ़ रहा है. Here, as long as possible, I travel. Wherever I stop, again next life it will be continued. My example, so that it will be appealing to you to take up your own examples. Everybody's their own life is example for that. So aho me moha vistara kama kashmala chetsa devya gurita kantasya nayukanda ime smutaha. Clear? Then naham veda vinirmukta suryo vabhyudito muya mushito varsha bhuganam vataha nigatani utai. Naham veda. I am not aware. What is that? Avinirmukta surya hava avi udita amuya. I was never aware of the Surya getting set, Surya getting risen. Sunset, sunrise, दोनों में याद किया नहीं, देखा नहीं. Means he has not gone out only. Only when you go out, you know sunrise, sunset. Means you are inside, in the doors, only indulging in the kama and bhoga. That is the meaning of it. I have not seen sunrise and sunset means I have not gone out. Like during Corona, we never went out. We also few days didn't see what's happening in the world and all. थोड़ा टीवी देख के पता चला, but otherwise physically. So he says, Naham Veda Avinirmukta Suryaha. Avinirmukta Surya means setting of the sun. Abhiudito or the rising of the sun. Because Amuya Mushitaha. Amuya means by this women, the Urvashi Mushitaha means totally I was caught by her. You will say it like that, blaming her only in the beginning. In between of the chapter, we will know. We will not blame her. He says it is my mistake. That is called true wisdom. Nobody troubles us. We only trouble ourselves. आएगा वो टॉपिक तब बताएंगे. सो अमुया मुषितः वर्षपूगानां बत आहा अनि गतानि उत वर्षपूगानां बत ahani. Ahani means days. Submerging or culminating into years, they have all passed. I didn't see the sunrise and sunset. This is his explanation. Ki he was with her so much, na din, na raat, na subah, na sham, na suraj ugna, suraj ढलना, कुछ नहीं. In our life also. Whether we do something or not, हर पल है ना, हर घड़ी बीत रही, वो वाली जो गाने होते हैं, every second going on, going on, going on. पल रुकता है क्या किसी के लिए? नहीं. और पल जाते जाते मिनट को ले जाता है, मिनट जाते जाते घंटों को, घंटे जाते थे आधे घंटे, आधा दिन, दिन दिन महीने, it will not. That's what secret, whether we do something or not, time will not stop, opportunity will not stop, budapa and mrityu ka ana bhi will not stop. That is the opportunity. Whatever we can do or will not do, it is all in this opportunity only. A wise person knows that, and every moment he accounts for the highest purpose. And the one who doesn't know, do it, is another wise person. Now, from his standpoint, you think how he was feeling bad about himself. He has spent months, days, and years, day in and day out, indulging with that Urvashi, forgetting all the other things. No, at that period, he might have even forgotten the kingdom also. किसी को दे दिया होगा, and he must be indulging. Or when, as a king, he has achieved everything, then nothing more to achieve externally. So everything safe, secured, then indulge. Like the people who go to offices. At the service period, they are supposed to report on time. Some responsibilities are there. So they have to do. When they get retired, no, they have nobody to stop them. So they will be like this. Okay, ना मैंने कर दिया अभी पेंशन आ रहा है एंजॉय करो टीवी में. They are not even aware that they get up at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, by which 4 hours per day means 1/6 of the life they are wasting only in sleep. And the remaining time when they wake up, what do they do? 2 hours for tea, coffee, 1 hour paper, then 1 hour for breakfast, then 2 hours TV, day is gone. Again next day, same routine. When I see the people in this way world, उनसे सीखने के लिए, not to blame them. Who are you? We cannot say even one word to others. It's crime. To learn from them. That's not Bhajagovindam ka essence. At the age of 90 years, he was studying Sanskrit. Means what? The entire life, this stupid fellow wasted. You don't do that. That's what Shankara was teaching the students there. Then, aho me, it is the crux of the shloka. Ninth one onwards, little deeper analysis starts coming. Aho me atma sammoha yenatma yoshitam krutah shrida mruga chakravarti naradeva shikhamani. This needs to be discussed at least for 5-10 minutes. Tomorrow we'll see, but literal meaning is aho me atma sammoha. See my self-caused self-delusion, because of which I am, who is Chakravarti, who is Naradeva Shikhamani. Naradeva Shikhamani. Rajaon mein Raja Shrestha. Nara is human beings. Naradeva is king. Naradeva Shikhamani is the crown, jewel, crest jewel among all the kings. best of the king. Chakravarti I am. Nobody were like me earlier and now. Such me, see my self-created self-delusion. What happened to my Lord today? What is my position now? Yena Atma means me, Yoshitam Krutaha, made by the women. As what? Krida Murgaha. मैं खिलवाड़ का खिलौने का एक जंतु के समान बनाया गया because of that lady. That she was making me dance like a animal in the circus. You know, in that circus, mein circus wala, the ring master, terrible lions and tigers and huge size elephants. What training he gives, then we don't know. But they do whatever he says. He tells the हाथी कुछ नाम देकर हाथी 3 पाँव पे खड़ा हो, एक उठाओ, उठाता है वो. फिर वो ऊपर उसके ऊपर खड़े हो जाओ, खड़े हो जाओ, 2 पाँव उठाता है वो, which is impossible for the हाथी otherwise. इतना भारी शरीर to lift. Why should I unnecessarily lift when I have 4 legs? But it is under the command of him. He must have punished it and he gave food or whatever, जो भी था. इतने बड़े हाथी को क्रीड़ा मुर्गा. So to the lions, they jump through that fire rings there. When you see them, in the same way, Chakravarti, Samrat, Naradeva Shikhamani has become a dirty, stupid, useless khilona in front of her. Almost same was that Dasharatha under Kaikeyi. Not so much, but almost. Kridamuk khilona ban gaya. Now you understand the depth of this topic. Whatever great we are otherwise achieved, if we give opportunity to the Shishna and Udara, mainly the Shishna, we are made like a खिलौना only. क्रीड़ा मृगा, पालतू कुत्ता, पालतू कुत्ता है ना, धूम लाना पड़ता है उसको, बॉल फेंकते तो लाना पड़ता है. 1-2 पाँव पे खड़े हो, टॉमी, वो खड़ा था, show your tongue, it shows. Feel the meaning of क्रीड़ा मुर्गा. I have become, who is me? Chakravarti, Naradeva Shikhamani. That was my great achievement. Everything is zerofied. What is he now? He is a Krida Guru. And it's not the women who do it to men, but it is the attachment of the men to the women which makes them weak. And it happens the other way also. Not only one side, both sides. If one side is said, you should understand in both ways. ठीक है, और इसके आगे वाले बातें. Then he slowly understands his mistakes, gets that vairagya, and then gets into some strong convictions. Then Bhagavan comments that with this powerful vairagya, he involved in spiritual sadhana, he became mukta sangha mahimetam atmarama chacharaha. He got out of all attachment, enjoyed his life moving everywhere, freed from all those kashmala. See the 3 states of life, high upsurge of achievement as a Chakravarti Samrat, then total falling to the level of Krida Muruga. Then because of Satsanga, from within and outside, again to high level of Mukti he raised, after which there is no more fall. This is what is the autobiography of him. It is a story for us to learn. So we are telling little about the story, more about what we have to learn from it. Keep that in mind. Thank you. Sarvam Krishna Arpanam. Remaining tomorrow. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai. Hammaya.